that his brain might still be healing from the concussion. It made sense and sounded logical, but it didn't feel right to Dawson. He nodded anyway. The doctor gave him a prescription for sleeping pills, but Dawson never bothered to fill it. He was given a paid leave of absence for 6 months, while the legal wheels began to grind. 3 weeks later, the company offered him a settlement and he signed the papers. By then, he already been contacted by a half a dozen attorneys, all of them racing to be the first to file a class action lawsuit. But he didn't want the hassle. He took the settlement offer and deposited the check on the day it arrived. With enough money in his account to make some people think he was rich, he went to his bank and wired most of it to an account in the Cayman Islands. From there, it was forwarded to a corporate account in Panama that had been opened with minimal paperwork before being wired to his final destination. The money, as always, was virtually impossible to trace. He kept only enough for the rent and a few other expenses. He didn't need much, nor did he want much. He lived in a single wide trailer at the end of the dirt road on the outskirts of New Orleans, and people who saw it probably assumed that its primary redeeming feature was that it hadn't flooded during Hurricane Katrina in 2005. With plastic siding that was cracked and fading, the trailer squatted the stacked cinder blocks, a temporary foundation that had somehow become permanent over time. It had a single bedroom and bath, a cramped living area, and a kitchen with barely enough room to house a mini refrigerator. Insulation was almost non-existent, and humidity had warped the floors over the years, making it seem as if he were always walking on a slant. The linoleum in the kitchen was cracking in the corners. The minimal carpet was threadbare, and he furnished the narrow space with items he picked up over the years at thrift stores. Not a single photograph adorned the walls. Though he'd lived there for almost 15 years, it was less a home than a place where he happened to eat and sleep and take showers.